Hey guys, thanks again for joining me. I'm Anne and I give weekly love readings focusing on divine partners. And I give these reading videos on a weekly basis. So if you're just landing on this video, I hope you can stay and watch. Take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Okay, so now we're at the beginning of June, a brand new month. Happy June, everyone. I love June. It's an inspiration type of month for me because it's like the beginning of summer, and I just love it. And a lot of the energies that happen with Geminis and June, and now being in a Gemini moon, and there's a new moon coming up, there's going to be a lot of interesting energies that we're going to be feeling. So, you know what? I'm not saying it's negative, but it's actually exciting. So just being prepared, being aware of certain things that may occur. New moons are always a good time to start intention, you know, like when we have a plan out and we say, okay, I'm going to start something brand new and I'm going to put it all together. And like, you know, I have this planned out for my month, and this for the middle, and maybe this for the later part, and whatever you have planned, this is a good time because it is the new moon. Okay, so being that it's the new moon, try not to put too much pressure on yourself at the same time. If you can't get things done, you know what? It happens to all of us because, you know, it does get overwhelming in the summer months. I know for myself and for a lot of people. But just take it slow. Take it one day at a time. Okay, so I'm using different types of cards today. I have a set of cards on top that basically I can't really pronounce the names of the goddesses. Excuse me if I can't. So I apologize ahead of time. They're power goddess cards and I love them. But for the divine masculine, we got, the first card was Shakti, transformation. I'm going to say the name on the bottom so you guys can see. I don't like mispronouncing anything, so I'd rather go on with the reading and the meaning behind it. Okay, so transformation for divine masculines is really important. It's a time for divine masculines. Now they're starting to see things. You know, we've seen in the previous readings, there was a lot of releasing and surrendering, and a lot that they've been taking in upon themselves, that now they're ready. They're kind of like, okay, it's time to start over again. It's time to start fresh. Many times we say these things, many times we have these plans out, but we're not really putting them out there because you're not taking a break. This card is also letting us know that it's important that when you do anything, transformation comes when you start to focus on yourself, focus on your higher self. Your higher self wants love. Your higher self wants to be loved. Can you find that love for yourself? Are you taking a break? As the card says on the bottom, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Yeah, and you know, literally, it's not about getting off the treadmill. It's about you're at a standstill. You need to take a break. You need to start over. You need to start doing things for yourself because, you know, we tend to work ourselves over and over. Instead of getting on that treadmill, go for a walk. You know, like embrace nature, embrace something inside of you that you feel good about. That's a good way to look at things. In order for that transformation to happen, you can't keep putting like that pressure on yourself that it needs to happen. Now, you may be going through a relationship where it's kind of like going through a transformation, and it's been going through it. A lot of people right now are going through a lot of difficulties with union, and you know what? I can't really say how and why they go through it, but when you know deep in your heart that something's about to happen, you can feel it. You have to follow what your heart says. You have to follow what your gut says, because you get the messages deep inside, and it comes from within your heart chakra right here, heart right here. And you know what? When you feel it, it's like, I'm not saying it's a tingle, but it kind of feels like a flutter feeling, kind of like, oh, I'm excited. I know something's about to happen, and especially now with the new moon coming up. Also, there's going to be a lot of other things happening throughout the summer with the solar eclipse and other things that's going to start occurring. You know, as we always go through different things and different phases, and especially during the summer months. And it's not something that you can't do in your life. You can accomplish your goals, your dreams. But as this card is telling us, I can't pronounce her name, the goddess, but it's New Beginnings. Okay, New Beginnings, very beautiful card. New beginnings to get us to where we need to go. like I said, with the transformation, the only way that's going to happen is taking a break and share your voice. When you basically bring out your true inner self, your true feelings and your emotions, and you kind of like release a lot. Sometimes it's not good to do this. I mean, a lot of people like to do it on social media. That's fine. But a lot of people shouldn't do this on social media, because what they're doing is they're just venting. And venting is good. Maybe you can vent to someone that you trust. But there's a lot of energy out there that people will take it the wrong way when you do vent. Not that I'm saying that anybody's taking you wrong, but sometimes it's good to share your voice, but share your voice to the point where you can be productive, okay? Starting out, putting out that positivity. Divine masculines need to do this, okay? There's going to be a lot more being expressed. So whatever's going on in your love relationship, maybe they're not bringing out what they should be bringing out. There's going to be some interesting changes, new beginnings. That's what these two cards are telling us, that divine masculines, if it's you are the divine masculine or they're the divine masculine, somebody is going to start putting that energy out there. Like I said, these are messages coming from the divine, and I separate them so that we can understand divine masculine, divine feminine, because they live inside of us. Sometimes I'm leaning towards one, and some weeks I'm leaning towards the other. So whatever resonates with you. When you share your voice, it's like this card says, come out of the cave. It's more of like expression. Come out of the cave. Share your voice. Share what your inner self is trying to tell you. There's a message out there. I know you're hearing it, and I'm hearing it as well. I'm trying to understand it at the same time, and sometimes it doesn't exactly give me the exact definition right away, but then I read through the other cards and then I get it. So forgiveness is with the divine feminines. Bronwen, okay, that's a divine energy that is coming through that you need to practice. We all need to practice. Forgiveness inside of ourselves. Sometimes we're very hard. Divine feminines can be very, I'm not saying they're extreme, but not that they're weak either, because the divine feminines tend to go through a phase where they're kind of like putting this pressure on themselves. When they put the pressure on themselves, they're not getting what their heart is telling them. Their heart is saying one thing, their heart knows one thing, but they're not doing it because they're hitting themselves up against a wall over and over. Take that leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Okay, another card for the divine feminines. Take that leap. And I like this card a lot because it kind of like brings us out. When you forgive yourself, when you clear that clutter, clear that energy, start over again, because transformations are happening. You take that leap and you feel so much better. You really do. There's so much going on right now deep inside you that you're not listening to. You're not allowing it because maybe you're not forgiving yourself. Something happened previously in another situation that you were involved in. Maybe you completely blocked it out, but though the energy, the feeling is still lingering. And when this happens, you kind of like hold a grudge. Yeah, you hold a grudge. Kind of like holding a grudge on someone and saying, you know what, they did things to me, they said things to me, and that could be an ego-based energy. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have ego, but when ego takes place, ego can do a lot with like putting this seed in our minds, and you end up forgetting who you are, and you end up being this other person. And that's where we see sometimes, wow, why is this person acting like this? Because we're not forgiving ourselves, and we're not forgiving that person. Maybe that person did you wrong. If that person did you wrong, they did you wrong. Let it go. I mean, yeah, I get it. I'm a Scorpio. I hold a lot of things in, and you know what? It doesn't do me no good. You know what happens? It brings my vibration down. And it brings my vibration down to the point where I don't forgive so easily, because I need more from that person to show me that they're sorry. And if they don't show me they're sorry, then I can't forgive. Don't do that. I've learned, and I'm encouraging you to forgive yourself. You did nothing wrong. Okay? Whatever that person did, whatever that person said, push it away. You know, let it go. Let it go, because it's not worth to steal your joy over something. Just release it. I've learned to release it. Trust me, I've learned to release a lot. Though I keep away from someone that did me wrong, not because I'm negative towards them or anything. No, no. But you know what? I don't want to go through a trigger. And you know what? Sometimes that person can trigger me off. Maybe it's a family member. Okay, maybe it's a coworker. If you have to work with that person, but though, how do I forgive that person when I have to see that person every day? That's fine, but don't allow that their stuff, whatever they said to you, because people can be very, very cruel. People can be very negative, and we hold on to so much that we end up finding ourselves back into that place, back into that space that we don't like, and it just damages us. It breaks us. You know, then we feel like we're damaged goods, and we're not. That's why it's time to forgive and let go. Take the leap. Do it. Do it. Seriously. Maybe you were raised with pride. You know, and that's fine. You know what? You should always love yourself, have pride for yourself, and that's fine. But when it comes down to allowing their energy to say, you're saying to yourself, well, I was learned that I need to stand up for myself, and I need to do these things, and I need to not forgive because they need to say they're sorry and try to control the situation. It's not going to work. We can't control nobody. I just say take a step back, and you know what? I'm just going to leave that person alone. It's kind of like, you know, when you go somewhere and there's this odor. Okay, and you know what? I'm not saying nobody, you know, it's the odor's coming from anybody, but you know what? Maybe it's from the vents. Maybe there's something in the, you know, an animal, you know, died or something, or sewer backup, whatever. I don't know. That odor keeps us away from going into that place. You know, that happens. You know, I don't want to go in there. It smells. It's just bad. I don't like it. I don't want to be polluted. You know, that's why we wear perfume and essential oils, and we like the smell of nice things. I know I do. This is the same concept when it comes to a person. You know what they're about. You know what they did. You know what they're all about. You know what kind of people they are or person they are. Why would you let yourself go back in there and try to control the situation, or go back in there and try to create, you know, like animosity again and arguments? No, take a step back, look at them and say, I forgive you, I let go, and I release, and I surrender because I believe in me, and I believe in my heart. I matter the most. The people I love, the new people, the people that just entered in my life, the people that have been in my life love me too, and I can love them back. Forgive yourself. I feel like this is a very, very big message for someone, and forgiveness comes with, you know, with perks, because when you forgive, you attract, and you're blessed abundantly because you forgave. Yeah. You know what? You forgave because you're forgiven. Automatically, it's an energy release. It's an energy exchange. You become humble in your heart. I'm not saying to change who you are, but I'm talking about enhance who you are. That's a good way of thinking about it. Healing. Divine Feminines, Gula. Healing. Very beautiful card. I love these cards. They're just, they're amazing. Even though I can't really pronounce the goddesses' names, excuse me if I'm not saying them properly, but I can see that it is a healing, and I know what the card represents. Healing yourself. Healing that old wound, because that old wound is going to follow you. And when it follows you, it spreads, and it spreads, and it spreads, and it spreads. And before you know it, you're not the same beautiful person you were before. You're kind of like damaged inside because you've allowed something to come in and dominate you because you didn't let go. So forgive, let go, find the healing space and energy inside of you, because once that starts to set in, once you start to feel that light, trust your path. And like I said, trusting what you're feeling, trusting this path. This is an important card as well. When we are forgiving the Divine Feminines, it looks like it's a universal, Divine Feminines and Divine Masculines. I'm getting a little bit of both. Maybe later on I might just do a whole reading on one and the other, and people can take off what they resonate with better. But for now, I'm doing a combination, or both. It can both sides can relate to you. I know they always do for me. So like I was saying, healing from within is going to happen when you trust your inner path, you trust your soul, you trust what your soul is giving you, the messages that are giving you. sometimes healing takes time. Well, not sometimes, it does. It does take time, because releasing an old wound, releasing that pain body, that's something that you've been like holding on to for so long, with forgiveness, new beginnings that are occurring in your life are only going to happen when you start to let go. And that doesn't necessarily represent religion either. I mean, forgiveness is universal, and it's in all religions. Actually, love is in all religions. It's all about the transformation that you're going through currently in order to reflect on a new beginning, and attract a new beginning. When you share what you feel, what is coming through inside of you, it's time to just say it. It's time to just be the person you are. I know a lot of people say, well, I am myself. And I know I can say all these things, but how do I bring out what I truly want when people don't get it? They're not going to get it. They're not. I mean, a lot of people don't get what I say. A lot of people don't get what that person says, she says, he said. So what? You are expressing your inner voice. Because like I've always said, we are all equal. Who you meet sometimes may not be the person or people that are connected to you. Okay, energetically, we are connected, all of us. But sometimes we're on different wavelengths, and some people are up here, some people are down here, some people are a little above, some people are a little lower. Whatever that is, try to ground yourself so that when you do meet that person, you can feel like, yeah, I get what she says to me. I get that energy. I get that we have some kind of bond together. Soulmates, they come and go, okay? I'm just going to say it the way it is. And it's not a video about just soulmates, but we have many different types of soulmates that come into our lives. And sometimes they're not the life partnership kind. And maybe they pass through our lives. And, you know, when we're young, yeah, we want to live our life with somebody. We want to go on, I'm 20 something or 30 something, and I want to find, you know, my right partner. Not that 40 something isn't young, but when we find that person when we're very young, when I say very young, I say like 20 years old, 25 years old, whatever. We sometimes don't find that that person is truly who we thought we were with. We thought that that person was the one. Don't look at everybody as a life partner. Okay, that's my advice to you, especially if you're that young, because you're actually preparing yourself. Maybe that person is, and I'm not here to tell you, no, you can't be with that person when you're 20 something, or 30 something, or whatever, however, how old you are. I don't know how I got into ages, but let's not talk about ages, because age is just a number. But you know what I'm saying. It's just that when we date, everybody is like, they got the excitement, even if they're not looking for a commitment. Yeah, we're sometimes not looking for commitment just yet, because commitment is a big thing. But we're thinking it's a lifelong partnership, you know, and we think to ourselves, well, that person can, you know, very well may be my future. But then sometimes you're going into a relationship and you're saying, oh, I can't ever see myself with that person. Why am I dating this person? Don't think like that. You'll be surprised. Sometimes people are sent to us for a reason. They are sent to us to experience just the feeling of companionship. I've seen this happen. After so long, a person finds that they're madly in love with that person, and they let that person go, or they drifted off from that person, and they're sorry, because they were not looking at that person as a lifelong partnership, so they let him go. And vice versa. You could be with that person, think it's a life partnership, get into a life partnership relationship, get married, and say, what did I do? Don't put so much pressure on yourself. The point is that you want to find someone that can be compatible for you for the time being. When I say time being, I'm not saying, oh, don't be hopeful. No, be hopeful. You know, that's why we're looking. Or I'm not looking, but you're looking, she's looking, whoever is looking, because that's the ultimate goal, is to find love. When you do find that right person, you know deep inside when you're with that divine partner, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the twin flame. A lot of people think, oh, it has to be a twin flame. Listen, soul connections can happen, and it's not necessarily that it has to be a specific type. A lot of people keep asking me, when am I going to find my twin flame? Why are you looking for your twin flame? Don't even go there. And I have several videos and articles on my blog that you can read about to understand why I'm telling you this. I don't want to go into it, but you got what I'm saying. Look for the ultimate being, the divine partner in your life. That's a good way to look at it. But if you're just casually dating and just saying, okay, I'm going to date this person and just, just see what happens. That's the right attitude to have. Like kind of like when you're going out with someone, let's go to the movies, let's go eat, let's go shopping, let's just go to a theater, let's go to a concert. Having fun with somebody, you'll find that you're living. That's an experience, and it'll lead you to where you need to go. If that person or the next, it's kind of like trust your path. Remember, the path is telling you, it's part of you forgiving the feeling you had before, forgiving whatever thought pattern you put into your mind, and just going with a leap of faith. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it happen. This is a good way to think right now for this weekend, as we're, like I said, the new beginnings with June, and we're seeing a lot of changes with the divine masculines, a lot of healing with divine feminines is coming out. That union with divine partners is happening. Divine partners coming together. If it's not now, it's coming soon. So it's a good time to start practicing whatever it is that you need to practice for yourself, working on yourself. I always talk about when you work on yourself, you work on yourself for the future. It's like what we do to our bodies. What we do to our bodies is mainly, we eat right. We try to. I hope you are anyways. And if you're not, I hope you will. When we do this, we internally nourish and cleanse and detox and constantly eliminate and bring in nourishment into our bodies. This is a process, day to day. No matter how clean you ate yesterday, you're going to have to eat clean today. No matter how good you ate 3 days ago, you're going to have to do it again and again and again. Okay, how much you exercise, how much physical activity you got. Maybe you didn't get enough. I know that's a problem with a lot of people. Some people have the opposite problem, like myself. I can't sit still. I'm always doing things. I'm always very active, and that's another thing that a lot of people should take a break on. Like myself, I'm guilty of that. But when you take care of your body and you take care of what you need to do, take it one day at a time. It goes the same way. If you're doing too much or you're not doing enough, it's all the same. I'm practicing what I'm preaching, so I'm telling you guys from my experience, it's all about what you need to do for yourself. It's all taking on in good foods, healthy foods, nourishing foods, foods that you love, enjoying it, embracing it, because that's the beauty of eating. And I love eating. And you know what? Exercise, it's fun, especially when it's sunny outside and pretty outside and you want to just embrace it. And if it's winter time, get out there in the snow. Love the winter too. It's all about what you can do to bring out that inner joy inside of you. Same thing with working on yourself. Your inner soul needs meditation. You need to reflect. You need to let go. You need to release. Sometimes it's good to just have a good cry. Yeah. I know we don't like to, cry. I'm not saying to feel sorry for yourself, but sometimes it's just that heaviness just has to be released. And you know what? If you don't cry, that's fine. I don't really get emotional myself, but sometimes I do. So if you do, don't worry about it. Just do what you have to do to release. And just be who you are. Like I said, trust your path. Trust who you are. Forgive yourself. Take the leap of faith. Share your voice. Embrace the new beginnings that are about to happen because you are transforming and healing from within as you just take in what is necessary for now in your life, what you need to do, okay? So I hope that this reading video resonated with you. Take what does and just leave what doesn't. If you'd like to get your own personalized reading, I do offer phone chat and email readings, and the links are down in the description area. You can check them out along with my other videos, and I have articles about soulmates and twin flames. If you're not subscribed to me, I hope you can. I release a video every week. I'm trying to release more as I go on, just if time, permits. Sometimes we get a little crazy, but I will. I promise I will. And also, I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers and all of you who have been supporting me and commenting, liking, sharing. It means so much to me, guys. It really does. It's gotten me through a lot. And those of you who have followed me on social media know exactly what I'm talking about. It hasn't been an easy journey, but with you guys, it's been like a piece of cake. It's been really good. I love it. I mean, it's a blessing to me. Whatever I went through to meet you guys and to do whatever you guys like do for me as like an energy exchange. I love you guys. I can't express it in words, I guess. And I don't want to get like a tear, like I said before. I don't want to get emotional. So until next time, God bless you all. Namaste.